Hi and welcome. This is Melody and this is the Melody Crochet Podcast, episode 4. Welcome. Thank you for returning if you've been here before, and if you haven't been here before, a big welcome to you too. I hope you guys are doing great today. Today I'm going to be discussing some knitting and crochet projects and other crafts as they apply, mostly sewing in this case. Hope you don't mind a little background noise. I don't know if it's going to show up, but my son is playing in the background. It's summertime. Happy June, guys. I did want to do a favorites of May yarn and not yarn related video, but I finished so much yarn, I had so much cast on and started that I was really concerned about getting a backlog and just having like a 2-hour podcast, and that seems a little bit too much to digest, you know? So I'm doing a regular podcast, and I might try doing a favorites video at some point. I don't know if it'll be for May, but I might keep it in mind for maybe June and have my first one be like July 1st. Let me know if you have any suggestions. All of my social media is down below. Feel free to link me, just in case those don't work for you. I've never had a problem with them myself, but I don't know how they work for everybody if you're watching on a mobile device. But my Instagram is MelodyCrochet. My Ravelry is MelodyCrochet2, the number 2. And my Snapchat is Smiley Yogini, one word. And also feel free to just leave a comment below. I'm trying to get better about, well, I haven't had any issues. I'm trying to make sure that I stay on top of comments. I got an app on my phone. It made it so much easier. If you guys are podcasting, the YouTube Creator Studio app is awesome. I could not figure out commenting back for a little bit, but this has made it so much easier. So, let's see. My first item, shall we? Did I mention I'm having coffee? My IKEA mug. I love it. I grabbed it at IKEA when I was visiting a couple weeks ago. My snack today is barbecue potato chips because I got one of those bags of potato chips that kind of, you open them and then they tear and it just continues, and all of a sudden you're just cradling a bag of potato chips trying to keep it from falling on the floor. Is it just me? Is that just me? But yeah, so me and my husband are like combined effort to have that bag of potato chips finished. Yeah, it's like, do your part, eat potato chips. I'm not really a big potato chip person. I like one, like everybody else has a bowl and then I'll like steal one of theirs. It's great having guys around. You get a bite of everything. That's the best thing about having sons and husband. It's like, oh, let me make this huge batch of something unhealthy and take one bite. Or we'll be out and something looks delicious, so I get one and then I take like a bite or two and then I can pawn it off on them, and I know it's always going to go to good use. Because boys, right? Let's see. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm coming to you from Texas, originally from California. I don't know. I'm from Cyprus. I don't know if any of you know that, but it's a little place in California, not far from Disneyland, and I think it was, oh yeah, Crochet Luna. She put up a shawl and she called it her Cyprus shawl, and I know she's in California, and I was like, I wonder if she knows somebody in Cyprus or if she was there or something when she was crocheting it. I probably came off kind of creepy. I'm like, why'd you call it the Cyprus shawl? Open-ended questions on Instagram, right? I hope it didn't seem creepy, but I'm from Cyprus and I know San Diego's not far. So I'm like, I wonder if she was in Cyprus for some reason. So, but she wasn't. It was because of another podcaster from the big Cyprus. and so she named it the Cyprus shawl because she was catching up with that podcaster when she was making the shawl. She must have a lot of episodes, or Crochet Luna is a very fast crocheter because that was a big shawl on very tiny yarn. I have a couple shawls on very tiny yarn ahead of me for crocheting too. I'm really excited about, and I'm really excited to share them with you. But first, the finished objects. This is my blankie. Well, technically it's Waverly's blankie, our friend's baby girl. This is the Ripples of Happiness pattern. Isn't that pretty? It's a mirror image of the colors on each side. I went through the specific yarns last time, so I won't bore you, but it's all done. Isn't that cool? so excited to get this sent. It turned out really big. So she'll be able to have that and cuddle with it for a few years to come, I hope. So I was getting the address of where I need to send it. So I called up her daddy. Well, I sent a Snapchat, right? Sent him a snap. And I said, so does she like any characters? And he said, Trolls. So, did you guys see the Trolls movie? Poppy on the Trolls movie was so cute. And I found a free pattern on Ravelry, the Poppy Troll hat. Oh no, she's blown out. I can fix this. I'm gonna be dark for a second, but she's gonna show up. Boop. Okay. There she is. Isn't she cute? Ooh, she was work. Actually, super simple. And really great pattern. I'm gonna take it even more. And this is Red Heart Super Saver in pink. This is Red Heart Super Saver in, I want to say, hot magenta. This is Twist from Joann's. Red Heart Super Saver, Red Heart Super Saver, and Red Heart Super Saver in black, white, and lavender. I just use a little bit more of that minty green from here to wrap her hair. There's actually a rubber band underneath there because I wanted it to be secure. And the ears, awesome pattern, awesome free pattern. The eyes turned out pretty well. I mean, you know, crocheting eyes is a challenge. I usually prefer felt, but the pattern called for crocheted and I gave it a call because everything else turned out really well. They turned out okay. Gave her some little eyelashes. Just did a little slip stitch for her eyelashes up top. This could have turned out better, but I really wanted that bang split like Poppy has in the movie. I mean, she shouldn't have the little things right there, but it's better than it just being straight down on the bangs. It looked really straggly. So this is her, and she was super simple, super simple, super simple, super simple. Total pain in the butt. Total pain in the butt, guys. Oh, I struggled. It took hours. Brushing out Red Heart Super Saver is one of my least favorite things to do. You rug hook, connect, you can even see it right there, the yarn, and then you just brush it with the, and she did have a video, which is awesome. Let me come back to you guys. Hey guys. She had a video, which is awesome. I already knew how to do it though. I just, you know, but Waverly's worth it. So basically I used a pattern, a sewing pattern. I don't know if I have one nearby. Oh, I do. Let's see here. So we'll say this is one of them. And so the hair is each one strand fully wrapped around a sewing pattern, and probably about 200 of them, maybe 300 of them. Most of the strands that I hooked on, I used 2 strands in, so it'd be nice and full. I really wanted this to be full. I hope it lasts for it. It might not. This might be one of those things where she receives it, they take a picture, and then she pretty much just destroys it. Not that she's destructive, just because I'm not sure how durable that hair is gonna be. And I know it's not gonna fall out. And I don't think it's gonna be all over the floor. I just think it's gonna look really ratty really easily. I mean, with very little provocation. I could have done better and gone to the roots, but I was worried that I was gonna start pulling out hair. And since it's acrylic, I was worried that it would stretch the light pink yarn where it was connecting from me brushing, because I separated the strands, which you do, because I think it's about 4 plies. Red Heart Super Saver is about 4 plies, if I remember correctly. That's what it looked like. And then, so you separate it, and then you separate those, and then you brush it. Oh, it's so painful. So painful. The memory is painful. And then the shaping, and the pom-pom up top. But it's gonna be fun. I just hope she knows who it is when she sees it. I hope that it's obvious enough for a 2-year-old who loves it to say, oh, that's Poppy. So, and I hope she loves it. I hope I get a picture, because I mean, I love to give gifts and everything, but I really do it for the pictures of the kids receiving it. And like I made a couple of character patterns that I posted on my website, and oh, I just live for those patterns. I made a hungry caterpillar pattern once, and oh my gosh, the babies. It's a, what do they call it? The cocoons, the little bunting that you put the little ones in when they're brand new, and then a matching hungry caterpillar hat. And the pictures I got of the newborns in that, and the ones that people made, oh, they're precious. They're so little. They should stay like that longer. Am I right, ladies? Yep. So that's Poppy, my second finished object and my last finished object of the week. And I'm pretty proud of her. She's gonna go in the mail. I hope she's a happy surprise. So there's her. And my blanket. Now, let's get on to whips. My whips are going to be melded with my items that I bought this week because I was a bad podcaster and I just cracked open everything and got to work. First off, I'm test knitting. Have you guys test knitted? It's a lot of fun. This is a cowl. It's called the Willow Fall, and the pattern writer is Remade by Hands Aaron, and it's gorgeous. She's done a great job. So far I haven't seen any issues with the knitting. It's a lacy cowl, and I think it's gonna look really cool once it's all blocked out. I'm very happy to finally use this ball of yarn, which I have had forever. This is Malabrigo Sock in Light of Love. I've had this yarn for probably almost a year. Just looking for a good place to use some hot pink yarn, you know? I love the way it's pedaling in the back and that striping, and I'm hoping that my lace turns out. You just never know until you block it. Just follow the directions. It's a lesson in faith. You just keep on pushing forward, right guys? I have it on a 24-inch interchangeable Nova Platinas. I went one size down, so it's on size 4s. It'll be a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. She let me have about a month to make it, but I'm just plowing through. I think I started this the night before last, and it has kept me up too late because it's addictive as all get out, and you can't really do it too much around the kids because it's a lot of paying attention. With lace, each row is different, so you know, paying attention, having kids around. But she has the markers placed really clear. Everything's been awesome so far, and I cannot wait to have this done and have it blocked. I love this color. Little over halfway done, and I'm afraid to weigh it. I figure if I run out, and I might, I'm not sure. It looks like about half of the yarn left. I could weigh it and find out, but I'm nervous. But I've told myself if I run out, I will use white yarn, like natural, and then when I block it, maybe it'll pick, maybe this will bleed a little bit, and dye it pink. Huh? Better than black, right? Because my nature, I would go with black, but it's not going to pick up any of the pink, and I think it'd be really cool to see if this bleeds a little bit on white yarn, because it won't be more than maybe an inch or so. It'll probably, if I run out, this will make it the vast majority, because I don't have much less than half if I have less than half, and I'm half done. So we'll see. That's going to be exciting. And it is living in something I procured this last week. Would you look at this? I love this print. Look at the pink pom-poms. Guess where I got it? It's huge inside. Huge. Do some of you know? Some of you probably already know, because let's face it, it's Target, right? So Target, the dollar hotspot, $3. I wish they had other fabrics. I would have gotten other ones, but you can't get project bags. You don't want project bags out of the same fabric because you confuse what's inside. I mean, the whole point is that they're a little different, or I would have gotten more because that pink pom-pom had me. Plus it matches. So I bought this a couple nights ago. We just went to Target to walk around because that's what we do around here. But it matches. And I'm all excited. I would not be surprised if this is finished by the day after tomorrow. That would mean I will not have a lot of sleep. I probably already look tired, huh? No biggie, right? I could sleep when I'm finished knitting. Okay, so that is whip number 1, my Willow Fall test knit from it. Her Instagram is Remade by Hand. Her name is Erin. But just about everything I find looks like it's called Remade by Hand. Her blog and everything. So I would look under Remade by Hand. But her name's Erin, and hi girl! So far, awesome pattern. I cannot wait to see it up for sale and see everybody's versions of it. And the other test knitters, I can't wait to see, because there was some really pretty yarn that looked like it was about to be used in the test knitting too. So that's going to be cool. I love to see the way different yarn works into the projects. Okay, sit. I feel like I'm fast forward this week. Oh my gosh, I'm just all energy. This is a crochet hook package that I bought at Daiso. Do you know what Daiso is? I posted about it on my Instagram. It's kind of like a Japanese dollar store. They have a bunch of products that are imports, and they are absolutely adorable. They just I went to Daiso the other day and I probably did about 10 minutes of Instagram story on it. It just was all my Instagram story that day. I just shared, oh, this is the entrance, and oh, here's the floor, everything. I'm like, look how cute it is. They had this bento box section. Amazing. Amazing. But they have a craft section. They have a little bit of yarn, they have a little bit of felt, they have some sewing supplies. Just really, remember, it's a dollar store, so it's like everything there is $1.50. A couple things go up to a couple dollars more, but the vast majority, I'd say over 90% of everything, is $1.50. So it's just fun to go see everything, and everything's cute. Everything's just so cute. And they had a crochet hook, but unfortunately they stink. They have where's my clover? I don't even know where it is. I probably threw it. I'm that person. But underneath the hooky part right there, some of them, I think every crocheter has probably experienced this, but they had hold up one sec. I'm hearing the TV more than I'm hearing me. Thank you, love. Whew. That was a close one. So my Daiso hook has underneath the little head, it has a like a snag, something that keeps on catching the yarn. I probably needed about 15 stitches before I realized this is just not going to work out between the two of us. I probably could have taken a crochet nail file and rubbed under there or something, but I just wasn't up for it. I was just like, nope, this did not work out. It was really cool too. It had like a handle, and it wasn't gummy. It was hard plastic, but it had kind of a rubberized feel to it. It was really nice. Total bummer. I wish they had been awesome. I'd have gone back for every size. But you live and learn, and it's all good. I gave it a try. It was $1.50. I wish they'd been awesome though. That would have been great. I started a shawl. I'm only rolling my eyes because I was supposed to start my crochet fade, and I just had a really hard time starting my crochet fade because of the black yarn. Now the black yarn is supposed to be the pointy end, and I figured that would be part of the last. And I realized after buying the pattern, it's only 35 yards, and I was deciding whether or not I was going to use the crunchy yarn that I was using as a placeholder or the new yarn that I purchased for it. I'll show you more. So in my procrastination, I started a new crochet shawl, which is my 4th Sunday shawl. And I went into Hobby Lobby, and they had this dark turquoise, that's what they call it. I think it's more teal, but dark turquoise. I love this cotton. And I used a J hook, using a J hook. That's why he's here. And I'm just making a Sunday shawl on a larger than average hook, so it's super open, like the one that, let's see, ooh, I'll put her name below. I love her though. Oh my gosh, she has the best Instagram. Be careful, she'll make you want to make everything she makes. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love the color work and everything. It's so pretty. She uses great colors, just happy colors. And there we go. So there's my turquoise. I saw it in the store. So I got 2 balls of turquoise. I'm on my second one already. I started this last night. And I thought it looked really pretty with this purple. And I'm hoping to find some other colors in my stash of I Love This Cotton that will go with this. I'd love to see a little bit of a pastel pink and maybe like a sunshiny yellow in there. I'm pretty sure I have both of those. Maybe a little black and white. We'll see. We need quite a few colors for that decorative part at the end. So I'm just racing to the end of my second ball. I will leave a little bit because there is a little border of the main color at the end, but I'm just racing to get closer to the end of this turquoise. My guess is I'll get another 16 inches lower in the center. And I kind of played with the pattern a little bit. So I went to 4 short rows. It's a paid for pattern, so I'm not going to be specific, but this is following the pattern and this is a slight variation of the pattern, which I'm really pleased with because this is my 4th Sunday shawl. I've made 2 for me and 1 for my mom. The one for my mom was in kind of warm Thanksgiving-y harvesty colors. It was like orange and brown and such like that. And this is more my style. I'm really excited. This is going to be great to have. I love my knitted shawls. I love my crocheted shawls. I love all the decorative ones. I love making them, but as far as using, I think I use my Sunday shawls more than anything. I love a gorgeous crocheted shawl that just shows off the yarn. And it's so fast. You could have a shawl in 2 days. My favorite one is a black one. Let me see if I can insert a color, insert a picture. There you go. And that's my black one with what I called my ice cream colors. And I love that shawl. I always have that nearby. So that will be done pretty quick. I'm going to move this aside. And that yarn was something I got this week because I just couldn't say no to the color. I have a lot of I Love This Cotton in my stash though. So I didn't buy all the colors, I didn't go crazy, and I just have faith in the stash and I know that I'll find the other complementary colors in there. And if not, Hobby Lobby's not that far away, right? Okay, what's my next whip? I don't know. I don't know if you can call it a whip. And it hasn't moved since last summer, last episode. But my crochet fade is going to be the Peachy Geometric. I said that I'd update everybody. I just want to update. And I did find my Smooshier Black. So I got some Heritage sock from Cascade Yarns in black. And then I came home to find out that you don't start on the large end of the shawl, on the large end of the shawl. You start on the little end of the shawl for this fade. So I needed to decide on a black before I started the rest of the shawl. So I thought I'd start on the big end, which is going to be my blue. And I was ready. I was already in a cake and everything. So then I'm like, okay, so I need to find that black now. I didn't have the time that I thought I would. So I got my hook, I double checked, and she uses an E. So another item that I collected this week. It will be living in my basket until I start my shawl. But I'd still, even after getting the soft yarn, I had to decide, is it worth caking up the soft yarn for 35 yards? I only need 35 yards for that little triangle at the end. Maybe I should just use the patterns core like I was planning to, because either way, it's not going to make a big enough dent to make it to where I won't have enough yarn for an entire project. But I'm leaning toward using it because I wouldn't make a fully black project. I love black, I wear black, but it would be really straining to just knit something. My eyes would just be super strained to knit something that was just all black. And I mentioned I have that Sunday shawl that's all black, and it was straining. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's less fun, and it's a little bit more guessing that you're in the right spot when you're making a stitch, knitting and crocheting, in my opinion, with my eyes. So, but I'll still have 400 yards of this. This is 437 yards. Yards or meters? Yep, 437 yards, 400 meters. So I'll still have enough to make, even if I wanted to make an all black something, I'll still have enough. So I guess I'll put this back in my socks. So, and then get this caked up. Then I can start today. I bet I can get through the black section. Boop. Sorry, Heather. Hi, baby. He says hi. But, so, just in case, I'm not gonna like judge you through the details. Here's my first color, then my second color, third color, fourth color, ooh, and then black on top. I'm excited. Looks like the Peachy Geometric actually calls for even more than that. Maybe I'll do like 2 colors worth in the black. I love black. So maybe I have to decide which colors I'm going to go farther than they suggest in. And I might have to go with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe I'll just go double the distance with my variegateds and the regular distance with my solids, because I want to see the variegateds more. It's very rare that I let myself crochet with variegated yarns. I don't like variegated yarns in a regular stitch. I like them, I guess a regular stitch would mean a solid stitch. Like this is a solid stitch. Versus a granny stitch, something open, something lacy. But when they are solid stitches and variegated, the pooling just looks a little funny to me, and you lose so much of the pretty colors and the pretty transitions. So I prefer something like the Peachy Geometric when I'm using variegated yarns. And this is my bag. It was gifted to me. Once everything is all balled up and I'm working on the fade for the Peachy Geometric, I expect it's going to take me a little bit. It's sock weight yarn and several colors and a smallish hook. I imagine it's going to be a minute. I could be wrong. Oh, there's a hornet out there. But this bag is awesome. It's a Ravelry pattern. I'll see if I can find it. I didn't make it. My friend made it for me. And it looks like she used some really cool kind of cotton. My guess is it's either I Love This cotton or Bernat, the cotton, the dishcloth cotton, but the Bernat one that's really strong. It's definitely not sugar and cream because it doesn't have that rougher feel. It's definitely smoother and it's super strong. Her hand must have been so tired. This is the tightest stitch. Nothing falls out of that. It's amazing. But I'll have to look into the pattern. I wouldn't mind having another one. We should all make one together. If I find the pattern and it's free, I don't know if it is, we should all make one. Let's make one together. But totally awesome. And I'm hoping I can find something romantic about this, like some movie that reminds me of this color palette, because I would love to have it in the summer romance. Knit along / crochet along with Crochet Cakes and Crochet Luna. So that'd be awesome. So this guy is waiting for me and I'm really excited. So I have, I'm not sure how to put this. I have a lot of sewing to do. A little bit more. Here we are. Okay, Excuse me, my hair's a mess today. The humidity, just, I hope I'm not touching it too much or bugging anybody with it. I'm just trying to keep it, literally trying to keep it out of my face. This is all cut out and ready to sew skirts and shorts. Remember I told you I went through my fabric and I found all of the quantities that I had that were enough to make skirts and shorts, and then separated all the ones that had a little bit less for bag quantities, ones that I had enough to make a bag out of. And I also separated a third bundle that was Halloween colors for the Love Sock Wool Halloween quilt along. So that's where I am with that. I'm starting with the skirts and the shorts. So got my patterns. I really wanted to move quickly, so let's see. Oh, I don't have it here. Oh yes I do. Excuse me. So I got my really basic patterns for my shorts and my really basic pattern for my skirt, which I actually ended up making from another skirt. I didn't love the paid for pattern that I got at the store, so I took one of my skirts and I just traced it. And I made a pattern. I traced it onto this stuff, which lays down a lot better than tissue paper, in my opinion. Somebody mentioned Swedish sewing tracing paper. Oh, that was Yarn Hoarder. Amber mentioned that she was using that and it looked really awesome, but it's on Amazon and I'm impatient. So I thought of this stuff, which is at the store, easy to purchase. I actually got this in the area where if they had already had it cut, like they had a little clearance area, they had like over a yard of it. This is my leftovers. I put the others away since I'm done cutting. I put it all away. That's the best part. That's why I'm doing all of this. I'm trying to get rid of stashes of things that don't need to be stashed because space is necessary, right? So this is all shorts and skirts. Actually, this is not. Oof, that's the moo-moo. This is all shorts and skirts, and they all have pockets inside, like meaning that I cut the pockets also. And let's see, is this one? So inside of each little bundle, it is already cut to be a skirt or shorts and has the pockets in there too, ready to sew on. So I'm just gonna turn on the iron, turn on the sewing machine, and get it all sewn together. And then I already have my waistbands all cut also. So after I do the sewing, then I'll do all of the waistbands. It's like factory style around here, right? And that is going to free up, this was like a whole tote of fabric. It doesn't look like it now, but before it was all loose and there's a lot more of it and such. So this was like a good sized tote in my garage that could be yarn, right? I don't tend to keep the yarn in the garage, but the fabric had made its way out to the garage, which is part of the reason I knew it's time to use up the fabric and just buy it as needed, because if I'm storing something in the garage, I'm obviously not valuing it very much. So this will all be sewn, and then it will have its elastic waistbands put in, and then next week I will be doing the same thing with bags, because I have some really awesome fabric that I've ordered, some really like cute novelty fabrics that I just love, and I can't wait to put that into bags. My son's birthday is Sunday. Originally I was like, I'm gonna make him a pair of socks in a week. No, I'm not going to. He has a size 14 foot. He's about 6'4", so they're gonna need to be at least 7 inches up his leg. So that's a big sock, and I didn't get much done. But they're on one of my new items. So here is the yarn, which he picked out as yarn that he likes about a year ago, maybe a little less, when we were in Farmersville. He said he likes it because it reminds him of the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo, and that the colors are just really cool. So he gets a sock out of it. I'd love to have it done at least through one of its striping sections to show him for his birthday. And then I'll just finish them at my leisure. They are in my bat bag from my friend. Shimmery bats, because my son likes Batman. And then inside, it was a Halloween swap. Isn't that cool? Fabric is so cool. I love it. One of my favorite bags. So it's living in there, and they are on one of my acquisitions. This is probably my most exciting one of the week. I went out to Instagram, you know, and oh, you know, I don't know her first name, but I made a friend on Instagram, and she mentioned that when she was at our local yarn shop, she had gotten the Chalgu Twist interchangeable sock needles, and they ordered them for her, and they had an extra set, which was my clue to get there. Now I asked her, are they super, super sharp? And she knew exactly what I meant. Are these things gonna perforate my finger? And she's like, super sharp, not gonna perforate your finger. I'm like, done, right? So I walked in. They're size 1s. I usually get size 0, but I really wanted to try them. And it never hurts to have a size 1 available, because sometimes the sock yarns are beefier, as mine have been lately. I usually use a size 0, and I've been using a size 1 a lot lately. And I don't mind it, because those socks get done a lot faster, or at least it feels a lot faster. In this case, I'm using sport weight sock yarn. It's beefy, Regia 6-ply, and size 1s. And I'm hoping it will get me to the finished object faster. I'm using a regular sock pattern on larger needles with larger yarn. So I'm hoping that will compensate for the fact that he has a larger than average foot. I think it will at least get it to go around his ankle in 60 stitches. I measured it. I need 11 inches at the widest spot if I go 7 inches up his leg, and it goes that wide. So it should come in pretty nicely at his ankle too, because his ankle is considerably smaller. He just has a larger calf. And I have a little, oh, I don't have it here. I made a little copy of his foot when he wasn't paying attention, I think about 7 months ago. So he's not expecting these. I mean, it probably won't be the best thing that he gets for his 20th birthday, but I think that it's a special thing. And these Chalgu Twists, where's my package? Oop, it's probably in my bag. No, it's not in my bag. Hey, my Daiso hook. No wonder. This is the Daiso hook I was talking about. I must have thrown. Aren't they cute? Let me lower the light. Boop. Aren't they cute? See why I went for it for $1.50? Part of me wonders if I just got like a little nail file under there, if it wouldn't be better. I thought I threw it. I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, it just comes in a cute little package like that for $1.50. I wish I loved them. I get every color. It's kind of pointy at the end too. I don't know if you can see. Let's see against this. Nope. Ooh, feel the writing? That's awesome. Ooh, it even shows you how to crochet. That's so cute. Have you ever used that Google Translator option on the phone, where they have an app where you can translate things? Basically, it takes a picture and then you highlight the portion that has the letters you want to translate, and it can turn any kind of writing into English for you. It's amazing. The world is just getting smaller and smaller, and I'm totally going to use that on here and find out what they're saying, because that looks interesting. Check this out. Boop, boop. I'm not sure what they're getting at in that picture. It seems like they're saying that the angles are a little different or something. So, has me curious, but it's kind of pointy at the end of the head there, and it snagged like crazy and got me a little angry after about 15 stitches. So I put it away, and I wish I had left it. But as I was talking to you about my new twists, right? They are interchangeable. So you buy the cord and you buy the needle, and they have 3 sizes. Since I'm making socks, I want the smallest connector so I don't get a snag. And this is the mini, and it is so tiny, guys. They go on and on about good things about them that mean very little to me. I just use them and see if I love them. But I'm back. Hey. The connection is amazing. So smooth, so strong. I don't feel like they're coming out at all. They came with a little tightener, as most interchangeables do. They haven't come loose at all. They're super pointy. So far the socks have liked them very much. And the cord has 0 memory and wraps into nothing. It's amazing. It has the regular ChiaoGoo feel. I believe that there is a metal wire inside of the plastic, but they're so tiny. I saw them and I was stricken because do I have another pair of ChiaoGoos? Yes. So this is my typical ChiaoGoo, and the new needles are on the bottom. I don't know if that's showing up as small, but it's probably like 1/3 of the size. It is so tiny, but still feels so strong, and 0 memory. You don't want memory because if it ends up getting folded anywhere, boop, then you get a kink there, and then you have to get your yarn over a kink consistently over and over every time you get it past there. So, and plus this is long enough, I could do 2 at a time, which would be a good idea if I wanted to take this out of its form, but I'm kind of into its form. I love the big yarn egg. I'm working from the outside. I tried to find the inside, but it wasn't working out, and I felt like I was just going to cause a big mess. So I'm working from the outside. I made a note of where I started. I started where that grass green meets that teal blue. So the next one will be the same. I'll start at the same spot. It's a lot of yarn. I don't think I'll have any problem. I might do some heels and toes in another kind of yarn, but I don't know. Might just go with this. It's pretty cool. So he's on my twists, my brand new twists. I'm so excited to have. On the cool Sport Weight Regia 6-ply in my back bag. Okay, one more. Maybe. Well, there's a cowl or 2 in addition to the fade. So I had to start a new shawl. And I used yarn from Stash. It's in my pretty purple and green bag. It was made for me. I love this purse. And I am making the bendy arrow. Bendy arrow pattern is from Charlotte Bory, and it's gorgeous. I've seen it. Vanessa from my creative garage, we just did a swap, and oh my gosh, she kept showing this shawl. She used gorgeous yarn. It was kind of like red and white speckles, and it was complemented by black, and it was just amazing and geometric and bold and gorgeous, and I loved it. And she was talking about the bind off, and I'm just like, okay, I just can't handle it anymore. I need one of those. And I also needed something for the summer romance along, and I needed something for the Bronte along. The Bronte along is love sock wool. The summer romance along is Crochet Cakes and Crochet Luna. So I've had this in stash for a long time, and my inspiration is the Moors that Heathcliff and Catherine from Wuthering Heights played in as children. And when I looked at pictures of that, there was a lot of green and a lot of purple. So I'm like, I can do that. I love green and purple. And in my stash forever has been Dewberry, Malabrigo sock, and Indicieta, also Malabrigo sock. And so this is the yarn that I will be using for my bendy arrow. It's knitted. I double checked. Both of the alongs are accepting knitting and crochet, and I'll be using both of those for both of them. This won't be my last entry into either of these because they're lasting all summer long. But my first is Wuthering Heights, and it is my bendy arrow is on my Nova Platinas on a cord that's way too long, because I was thinking shawl, so I was thinking 45, 60 inches. But it doesn't look like it's going to be necessary. This would probably go down onto a 24 inch. It doesn't look like at any point it gets very, very wide. But here he is. Isn't he cute? With a little plate for his, I keep calling him his. It has a little plate progress keeper to mark the front side, because it's very easy to mix the front and the back sides of these, you know. I think Vanessa said that she actually flipped them, but it still looks gorgeous to me. I did the same thing on my Pure Joy shawl. But still gorgeous. But yeah, isn't that working out pretty? I was thinking, God bless you. I was thinking that my eyelets were a little bit huge and that I should go down to a smaller needle. I even got the smaller needle out. I was going to throw it on some chalgoos. That's why I had it to compare a second ago. But then I was watching Grocery Girls, and Jody said she went up a needle size. I'm on the correct needle size, which usually 95% of the time I go down one needle size because it allows for my loose stitches. And this was just looking really open to me, very big. So I said maybe I should go down, but she went up in needle size and she said it just made a great big beautiful shawl. So I said nope, I'm gonna keep it on these. I will use those chalgoos for something else. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it. And I'm excited to see it, although I will be going on to a smaller cord because that's a bit much. I don't think I'll be requiring this much cord. So that's that. This is the beginning of my summer romance along with Crochet Cakes and Crochet Luna, and my first entry to the Bronte along with Love Sock Wool. And I love these. It's so soft, especially this one. This is soft too, but mostly I got this one for the colors. This one is super soft, and that is my color. I could not leave without that. And it hasn't been used, I think, because I'm really picky about what it's going to go in. I wanted to love what this went in because this is the perfect purple for me. Purple is my favorite color, but I don't love plummy purples or warm purples or anything like that. I love an icy pastel lavender and this deep royal purple. So pretty. And I love the way it's working up. I can't wait to see it all done. So, I was thinking about doing a May favorites video. What do you guys think? Not just yarn, but like everything. It just sounded like fun. I love favorites videos. I love hauls. So, I might try and put that together. Let me know what you think. Give me any opinions. I'm trying to see if I've left anything out. I think what I'm most excited about is that Sunday shawl. I know that'll be done quickly. I'm also loving that cowl, and that will probably be done quickly because I feel obligated to finish it and I'm a little bit ADD. Unfortunately, if something's out of mind, out of sight, out of mind, or what. So I feel obligated to keep on working on it so I don't like put it on the back burner. So I have a couple things that I would like to start on. Patterns that I just came across. My first one is the campfire cardigan. Have you guys seen that? It's just like a great big granny blanket. Did I say granny blanket? Granny jacket, like a coat that goes down to like your hips. Oh my gosh, it looks so cool. Nothing screams I crochet like having a granny square jacket, in my opinion. It doesn't look like it would take very long either. It looks like it's really open and they probably use like worsted weight yarn. It looks like a pretty big stitch. It's bold. And another thing that I would like to make, I caught up with the Addie Day Designs podcast. And I just love her. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I had a great time. And since I'm all into the fade on the crochet right now, I really think I need a blur. So I have already bought enough patterns this week, so I will have to wait probably a week or so before I buy the pattern. Besides, I don't think I need any more projects this week. Plus I have to find the colors for it. But the thing I like about that is it looks like it can turn a solid yarn into something really fun. So I would want something a little bit more mainstream, and I'm sure I have some stuff in my stash or some stuff that I've knitted up or dyed up myself somewhere. And I think it looks like it's about, the blur looks like it's about 5 colors, somewhere around there. Might be 6. I'll have to double check, but I love it. If any of you guys are knitters and you're not familiar with the blur, while it is a fade, it's not sideways like Find Your Fade. It's actually a crescent, and the colors work a lot like the Exploration Station. So it's a crescent with the horizontal work. So it's really pretty. And actually that was the one thing that was keeping me from starting it, is it's a lot like my Exploration Station in shape. So, but simpler. But the more I see it, the more I need one. And I'm wondering how long it would take me. I'm really not sure. I haven't seen how much yardage it requires, which would really be the most telling, or what size hook. So I'm going to do some more homework into that. So that's in my dream knitting for this week. That is all for my projects. Aw, I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope you have a great next week. Let me know what you guys are up to for the weekend and what you're going to be making. It's a beautiful summer. I hope that all of the overcast and humidity goes away for us, right? And my hair can settle down. Look at that's zesty right there. Bigger fish to fry, am I right? But if you have any questions, my social media links are below, and I am still working in that Ravelry group for Melody Crochet Podcast. Feel free to send me a message on a comment below or Instagram, and let me know if you have any questions. Hi, honey. Want to say bye-bye? Bye-bye. Have a good week.